Alright, so let's start this vlogging thing off right now then, shall we? So I recorded the podcast earlier today. It won't be going up until tomorrow, so today's still Monday, the 21st of November. And Perry actually got back from Saudi earlier than I'd expected, and the lights just went out. There we go. Perry got back from Saudi earlier than I had expected, so I've just popped out to the post office to try and get some of the packages mailed off today, and then I can do the rest tomorrow. I don't think I'm kind of worried they're not gonna have enough stamps, because the last few times I've been to the post office they've not had enough stamps, and I've got a ton of packages to send out, and those are all from the most recent update. And then I also have prize packages to send out, and a bunch of people have already been in touch with their addresses, so that's great, thank you. So I'm going to get some of those packages up tonight when I get back, and so I can take those to the post office tomorrow as well. But yeah, I'm also going to check and see if there's anything in the PO box for me today. Okay, so that went pretty well. I got just over half of the packages mailed out. Thought the light was about to go off again. Got just over half of the packages mailed out, and I picked up a couple of packages for me. So now I'm gonna go back home and open up the packages and see what's come in the mail. I probably would have been able to get a few more things, a few more of the packages sent out today, but they were closing. So I think I was the last customer. So I'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning. I have to go drop Perry off at the airport first thing, and then I'll come straight to the post office and send out the rest of the packages. So time to go home. So I'm back home. It sort of took quite a while at the post office. I think it took about an hour in the end before I got all the packages sorted. They're all sent. Like I said, I have 2 outstanding prizes and the 10,000 subscriber prize still to go, so there's only 3. Should be fine, hopefully by the end of the week. And then yeah, got home, processed all the orders on Etsy, so everyone should have their shipping notifications. And yeah, just opened up the packages. Well, actually opened up the packages I got last night when I got home, but the lighting was really crap, and so I couldn't really show it to you then. But I just wanted to quickly show you what came in the mail. These are probably the last 2 packages I'll ever receive here. So I'll just turn the screen around quickly. So the first package was sent by a lovely viewer, Linda, who asked if she could send me some stuff for the baby, and I said absolutely, and that's so sweet of her. She sent this adorable little cardigan, some leggings, some little booties. This hat is just super cute. It's like double thick, cute little pom-pom and a bit of colour work in there. Some extra buttons and some mittens, and these are so soft. So some of these will probably be a bit too big for her initially, but I think the cardigan will be really handy when she's first born, and really tiny. And yeah, so thank you so much, Linda, that's so sweet. And yeah, and I love the colours. I love the blue. So so yeah, I've got to get those packed. And the other package was from another lovely viewer, Marianne, who has the Sinister Yarns yarn company, and she contacted me a while ago to ask if she could send me some yarn for me and for the podcast, and I said absolutely. And she also threw in some crispy M&Ms because she knows I like them, but she sent me one skein of her, I can get this to focus, this is her sock base. Sorry, it's not focusing. There we go. This is her sock base. It's from the Shark Bait colourway, Sinister stock. It's only $5.25. I really like this one, and I think this will work up really fun as a pair of socks. This will probably work up as one of those ones, as those like sort of stripy pooly patterns. And then there's a skein of her, I don't know how to pronounce that, Lalo Cheza colourway, which is on her Cunning Cashmere's AT1010 Superwash Merino Cashmere Nylon. Sorry, 100 grams, 400 yards, and it's super soft, and it's a sort of creamy neutral colour at the top that sort of blends into this
bright hot pink, which then blends into this darker black colour at the bottom. And she also sent me a skein of her Malevolent minis, which I believe are based off of the Muppets characters. The names are there as well, so I think I'll use the potentially the minis, and the cashmere skein will be for a giveaway in the future, and I'll keep the shark bait one for myself. She said I could keep one, so that's fine. And there's a cute little scarf progress keeper. And that will focus. There you go, you can see that. So it looks a little knit scarf progress keeper. So that was really cute, and thank you so much to Linda and Marianne for sending me those in the post. I really appreciate it. Focus has gone all funny. There we go. All right. So yeah, in terms of stuff that I need to do today, I have a pile of things knitting related on the daybed that need to be packed up. Baby's things are in that duffel. That duffel's not full, it's just really big. So I have a suitcase down here that I need to do a trial pack with, make sure I can get all my stuff in, and then sort of pack clothes and things as well, and see what space I have and what space I don't have. So yeah. Okay, so just really quickly, I had another look at this yarn and I realised I was looking at it through the camera and it looks quite black, but it's actually a really sort of deep, rich purple colour at the bottom here. If we can get that to focus. You'll see, yeah, so you see some nice deep sort of rich purple colour. It's not actually black, it was just the lighting. So look at it in proper daylight, you'll see it's a really sort of deep eggplant purple colour. So I just wanted to clear that up, it's not actually black. Another thing I really quickly wanted to show you were the antler mittens that I've knit. I showed these on the podcast that I filmed yesterday, but I was only, well, just about here in the podcast. So I finished these off yesterday, and the antler mittens is a pattern by Tin Can Knits, and it's actually a closed top mitten, and the thumb's closed as well, but I decided to do it as a long fingerless mitt. So this almost comes to the tip of my fingers and this comes to the tip of my thumb. That way, if I want to keep my hands warm, I can, or I can fold down the ribbing to have better access to my fingers when I'm out and about. And I figured out and about in New York, it's just, I love mittens, but at the same time I don't like having to keep taking them off and on to actually do stuff and be able to get things out of my bag. So I thought this was quite handy, and I'll just put one on really quickly to show you what I mean. So this is what it looks like on. So it almost comes to the tip of my fingers, and I can always tuck my fingers down into there if I want to keep that covered, or, you know, when I'm scrunching my fingers down. It's easy for me to, it's hard at the moment because I only have one hand free, but you can sort of just tuck your fingers in and scrunch them down if you needed to, keep them nice and warm. And yeah, I just feel like this, and even like this with it closed, I can just pull down a little bit to tap on my phone screen if I needed to, without having to take off the mittens, which is quite handy in the winter, I think. And then I'll show you on the other hand with it folded down. It looks like this. So better access to your fingers, keeps your hand nice and toasty, but still perfectly usable. And yeah, I like it. I really like it. I love this pattern. Knit up really quickly. Definitely recommend it. Super fun. Boy, do I look tired. Just saw my reflection in the viewfinder. I look so tired. I've not been sleeping all that well lately, to be honest. Been getting maybe 5, possibly 6 hours on a good night. I'm usually broken sleep. I tend to wake up a couple of times during the night to pee, or because I'm in pain. But anyway, I just published a podcast that I filmed yesterday, so that's up now. It's the last podcast I'll film in Bahrain, to be honest. This time next week we'll be on a plane in somewhere over the Atlantic. But I just wanted to check in, let you know that I've attempted packing the first suitcase. There it is. It is bursting at the seams. It does close. I've just left the corner open because that corner still had some space. So I'm hoping if I come across something as I'm tidying up around the craft room that I see needs to be popped in there, that I can just like shove it in. That's the plan. I have another suitcase upstairs. We get 2 suitcases each. Yeah, so then the stuff that's still on the bed behind me there is my hand luggage bag, and I'm taking that backpack as my laptop bag.
I actually have 2 laptops that I have to take with me. I have my work laptop, which I need to return. As it happens, my the company I worked for are based out of New York, not New York City. Well, they were in New York State, they're now in New Jersey. So I need to return that to them at some point once we're in the US. And yeah, and then I've just got the knitwear for when we first get off the plane. A couple pairs of socks, just because I don't really want to have to open the big suitcases when we first get there. So, and because we're staying in an Airbnb for 1 night, and then we're moving to a apartment for 5 weeks. So I don't really want to have to open the suitcases during that 1 night, just because they're going to be packed and pretty stuffed. So I'm going to try and keep like 1 day's worth of clothes and stuff with me in my hand luggage, so I don't have to open the suitcases for 1 night, because that would be a bit annoying to have to rejig and repack stuff. Okay, I think that's it for now. I'm just going to take a break and maybe work on this little pile of mess, which doesn't look like much to you. I mean, I've got foot cutouts from socks for people's feet that I knit socks for, but the mess of yarn and stuff, this is going to be my next knitting journal. I've already filled up everything. Otherwise, up until the end of summer, I believe I've done it, and I haven't done a knitting journal since September. Why is this not focused? There we go. So I really just want to sit down and get those stuck in and just make my notes. I keep track of everything on an Excel spreadsheet, but yeah, so I just want to get this done before we move, so that's all up to date. And then if I don't have space to take it with me, I don't feel bad, because then by the time it gets to me, I only have a couple months to update rather than 5 months. So that's the plan. I'm going to do that for a bit before I go upstairs. I think the stuff in the dryer is still drying, so yeah. Guys, it's now later in the day. It's almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I thought I'd just check back in. I've had a bit of a break from organising and sorting life stuff out, and be catching up on podcasts and doing some knitting. So I just thought I'd show you what I've been up to knitting wise. Actually, I'll show you this one first. I was working on a pair of socks. These are the Crazy Zabbable, what I've dubbed my Christmas Zabbable socks. Just dropped a stitch, but it's fine, I'll fix that in a second. Just dropped a stitch off the end there, but this is what they look like at the moment. I showed these on the podcast yesterday. I've obviously done a fair bit of knitting on them since. I'm basically at the point where I'm going to pop in the heels now. I just need to pick up that stitch, and I'm going to do my sort of like mini heel flap technique that I've been working on. I mean, it's nothing particularly special. It's like doing a regular heel flap. I just do it shorter, and I do it in stockinette, and then so I do that for about 8 rows, and then I'll do my German short row heel. So this is what it looks like on the other side. It's just plain stockinette, and yeah, I've just got that one stitch that I need to pick up, so I'll sort that out in a second. But the other thing I was working on, little adorable baby booties. Sorry, just how cute are these? These are the Hodge baby booties. They're quite a popular pattern on Ravelry. They are free, and the designer is Knit Frog Knit on Ravelry. It's called Hodge. Like I said, they're free, and you just use little scraps of sock yarn to knit them. So I'm trying to get the toe to pop out nicely so it doesn't, this obviously hasn't been blocked or anything, I've just finished it. But yeah, it's just super adorable, really cute, really quick knit. And this is some leftover Anzula squishy
in the rust colorway. This is seriously yarn that never ends. I've knit so much out of this yarn, it's insane. I had 3 skeins of it that I did a test knit for Debbie and Amy of the Periscoping Sisters podcast, and then I had so much left over. I knit that shawl, which is the random active colour, and then I knit a pair of Rocky trousers, Rocky pants by Tin Can Knits for the baby, and I used the 3 colours as part of the first version of the baby sweater that I designed, and then now I'm using it for this as well. And I have almost the same amount of blue left over, of the aqua colour left over, so I think I might do another pair of Hodge socks out of the blue as well. It's a fairly well written pattern, really easy to follow, and yeah, I'm gonna get cracking with the second one in the pair, probably get that finished today. Nice little quick knit. Oh, and this is the newborn size. The pattern is written in 2 sizes, and this one sock took less than 10 grams, so really good for if you have like a 20 gram mini. Really good to use up some leftovers, or even just a nice mini if you have one. Currently have a Hugo on my lap, keeping the bump company whilst I knit the second Hodge socks. Hey buddy. You wanna look up here? Look at the camera. You. Where are you boys going? You boys hungry? You hungry? You'd think we never feed them. Oh, and the reason why their food is halfway up the stairs is because we've been having a bit of an ant problem lately, and this is the only place we could put their cat food where the ants don't get to it. Alright, well that'll keep them quiet for a while. Morning guys. Today is Wednesday the 23rd of November, and yeah, so I didn't actually check in again after I fed the boys last night, just not much really happened. I finished the Hodge booties, I'll show you those in a second, but yeah, after going to pick up Perry from the airport, he was pretty tired and we had a lot of stuff to talk about and figure out what we needed to planning the next few days. I mean, we've already kind of planned them, but sort of planning them a bit more now that we know exactly what we need to do. It's going to be busy. It's 7:30 now. We're up and we'll just wait for Perry to get ready, and then we have to head out about 8. And yeah, a lot of things to do. We need to deal with some car insurance stuff. Perry's going to try and sell the car tomorrow, and movers are coming tomorrow, so we need to finish packing everything that we're taking with us. We have a few other little bits and pieces that we need to sort out as well. So yeah, it's going to be a busy day. But really quickly I wanted to show you, look how tiny and adorable these little booties are. How cute are these? If I can get it to focus. Alright, here we go. So you can see them here. Look how cute they are. They turned out so adorable. They took less than 20 grams. This is the newborn size. There is another size in the pattern which is a little bit bigger, but it's so cute. And I can't wait to make another little pair. Right. Oop, Hugo just ran past. But yeah, other than that, I managed to turn the heel on my Zalba ball socks. So this is where I'm at now. I did a nice long leg because I really love the colours in this one. And just turned the heels. So these are going to be great for car knitting, and be lots of car knitting today. I've also got a hospital appointment for
baby. Probably my last one before we leave. I don't think I'm gonna have time for another appointment, to be honest. So yeah, I'm gonna try and check in again with you guys later. I'll take the camera along with me today when we head out, but depending on how busy things are, I may or may not check in again. Alright, so back home now. Bit of a manic morning. Got all of our stuff done, thankfully. Car insurance sorted. What else do we do? Doctor's appointments, all good. I had my last baby doctor appointment. Got a little scan. You can see a little face. She was finally in the right position to get a 3D scan done. I mean, it's not perfect, it's not the best scan that it could have been, but she was still quite fidgety, and she kept putting her hands in front of her face, and I think at one point her foot got in the way, and yeah, at one point she opened up her mouth and stuck her tongue out, so I think she'd had enough, but yeah, we got to see that, which was really, really nice, and yeah, I was surprised because the last few times we've had scans, she's not been in the right position, and I just assumed it was never going to happen. So I'd given up sort of on that, and I was like, well, it's fine. She's going to be here in a few months, so it's not that long to wait. But yeah, so that was really nice, and she was having trouble with the machine getting the photos printed out. So this was the only good one that she was actually able to print for us, which is really cute. You can sort of see her face a little bit, her eyes and her nose and her mouth. And just really adorable. Can't really tell who she looks like. Perry's mum thinks she looks like Perry, but to be honest, like, it just looks like a baby to me. It just looks like any sort of like blob baby thing. And Perry says the same thing. He's just like, I have no idea who that looks like. But I guess we'll see soon enough when she gets here. I actually came home on my own. Perry is still at the hospital. I mentioned on the podcast last week, or earlier this week, that he had a bit of an ear problem when we got back, and so he's just had to have more investigative tests and stuff done, and he's just having to wait for a procedure and whatever, and it was taking a while, and then I'm expecting the pet relocators to come by to drop off the crates for the boys. We did have a custom built sort of wooden side-by-side crate, which is one of these ones where it's basically a big box, and it has a wire mesh down the middle to split the box into two halves, and so the boys would be one on either side, and then they could like snuggle up next to each other, and that way they'd always be together. But the US doesn't allow those, apparently something to do with termites potentially getting in with the wood. I don't know. Anyway, so they don't allow them, so we can't use that box, which is a shame. But so we had to get separate regular plastic airline approved crates, which is a bit annoying because the whole point of getting that one was that we'd have the one crate and we wouldn't have to buy another one, but so be it. But yeah, so expecting that to be dropped off anytime now, and I'm also expecting the movers to drop by to collect a deposit, and they're coming tomorrow morning to start packing. So yeah, got quite a few things to sort out. Still need to finish my packing. I need to sort out a few other bits, so I'll try and check in again with you guys later.
Well, the boys' boxes just arrived. Pretty big, which is good because it means they'll have some space. And they're labelled with their names on it, which is so adorable. They're obviously not in it at the moment, but they brought the boxes by a couple of days early so the boys can get used to the smell and being in them and stuff like that. I try feeding them in those bowls tonight so they get used to it. But yeah. Just came upstairs to start packing my clothes and stuff and seeing what I can fit into a bag, and I found the boys sleeping. Oh, hello. Did I disturb you? I'm sorry. That's Derek, for anyone wondering. Yeah. And over here we have Hugo, who loves his little boxes. In fact, they both love boxes, to be honest. Specifically shoe boxes, because they're just the right size, aren't they? You see, yeah.
Right, So finished packing. Perry got home. I've just made myself a giant bowl of salad. Giant bowl of salad, and I've got my knitting here. Keep company. I'm set up on the sofa in our living room. My back is killing me. I think I've pushed myself a bit too much this morning. So yeah, I'm just gonna take it easy and catch up on a couple of podcasts. Perry's upstairs packing his bags. I'm just gonna have this salad, knit a little bit, and rest my back. So I'm not sure what else. We need to go pick up the rental car this evening, and got a bunch of stuff that we're donating to charity that we need to. There's a bunch of those charity donation bins around our neighbourhood, so we need to go do that as well. This happens every time I have salad. Fortunately, it's covered in dressing, so he can't have any. Hey? Look at that. He loves lettuce. I should have kept some aside for him, but I forgot. And there we go, socks are done. Yeah, really chuffed with how these have turned out. There's Hugo napping over there, but gee, seriously, putting these on was quite a struggle. this baby belly does not give me much room for maneuver, but yeah, really nice and cozy. Love how this colorway is knit up. It's the Papagei colorway by Crazy Zauberwool, which translates to parrot in German. You can see here I've done the little mini heel flap. Just adds a little bit of extra space around the instep so you don't get that really tight pulling over the top of your foot. And I've done my German short rear heel. I'll put it up close, maybe you'll see that better. And yeah, I'm really quite happy with how this has turned out. I think I'm going to include instructions on how I do this in my next sock pattern. So yeah, just finished these. Well, I finished them while we were out earlier, but just finally got to kitchening the toes when we got back. Looking seriously dishevelled now, my hair's all a mess, but yeah, so since the last time I checked in with you guys when I was having that salad and Hugo was eyeing up my food, what have we done other than finishing the socks? We have sorted out the kitchen in terms of what we are getting the movers to pack versus what we're keeping and not taking with us. I've completely emptied out my craft room of anything that I'm taking myself, so everything in there now is down to the movers to pack, which I will show you in the morning what my craft room now looks like. It's well, mostly packed up and empty, but I'll show you that in the morning because the lighting's really crap at the moment. And what else did we do? We went out, we donated all the clothes and stuff that I'd piled up in the back of the car. We have, what else did we do? We've done a lot this afternoon. We've sorted out some other admin-y stuff. I was waiting on some answers from some questions I had from our movers about some forms, some US customs forms they've asked us to fill in. I had a couple of questions. Finally got the answers to that, so I can fill in those forms now. And what else? I'm trying to think. There's been quite a lot that we've done today. Honestly, it's felt pretty non-stop. And it's now 8 o'clock. I'm so tired. I really want to go to bed, but I can't for two reasons. One, it's too early. If I go to sleep now, I'll be up at 2 in the morning. But also because we have to go pick up the hire car. Like I said before, Perry's selling our car tomorrow morning. And because the movers are coming tomorrow morning, I can't go with him in the morning to pick up the hire car. We have to do it tonight.
But at the same time, because we are leaving Monday night, to avoid paying an extra day because it does it every 24-hour period, we're picking it up late tonight so we can drop it off late on Monday night. Our flight is on Tuesday morning at 2 AM. So we'll be going to the airport Monday night. The boys get picked up Monday evening at 8:45, and then we head to the airport after they've been picked up. So yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up for today. Like I said, I've been quite tired. I mean, I am quite tired now. It's been a very long day. Still have a few things we need to do around the house. I need to take a bunch of stuff upstairs into our bedroom because the movers are coming tomorrow, like I said, and then they are going to, I'm going to do downstairs. They're going to do downstairs tomorrow and most of upstairs, and then they come back on Saturday. They're not coming on Friday. No one really works on Fridays here. So we have Friday off, and then they come back on Saturday to finish packing and loading up the container. So I'm going to have them do our bedroom last. Yeah, and so I think I'm going to keep the boys in our bedroom tomorrow. So I need to move one of their litter boxes into our bathroom and a few other bits. But otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I will check back in with you guys tomorrow. Okay, good night. Morning guys, it is Thursday the 24th. It's not focusing on me, there we go. Up bright and early, movers are coming today. It also happens to be Thanksgiving, so for those of you who are celebrating in the US, hope you have a lovely day. So yeah, I just thought I'd really quickly show you what my craft room looks like at the moment. And yeah, everything is packed up, everything is ready to go. Sort of sorting out my shelves, taking everything off that I want to take myself. Most things there need to be packed. Got knitwear and yarn, and then more knitwear and more yarn. Baby stuff in the corner there. Some of the baby's things. Lavender sachets and some other bits and pieces. The cupboards are built in, so we're not taking those. Bookcases, the day bed, and 2 tables, and a little stacking station thingy. And under there I've got some boxes with fabrics, and the red one has more yarn in it. And my sewing machine in the corner there. I need to go bring the box in for the sewing machine as well, so I can pack that properly. Me in the bump. It's 27.5 weeks now. Something like that, yeah, 27.5 weeks. Just getting big. Definitely starting to get in the way a lot more. This is all the stuff that I'm taking myself. I've got one other suitcase upstairs. Some of this still needs to be sorted out a little bit, but it's all in there. And this is my my abaya for going to Saudi Arabia. We have to go on Sunday, one last time to cancel our visas. And boxes and stuff we unpacked from under the stairs last night. So if anyone who's curious, this is the box with the sewing machine that I have. It's the Innovus 400. And yeah, so while we were unpacking under the stairs last night, we unearthed my collection of medical paraphernalia. It's yeah, I'm pretty accident prone, so I've needed all of this stuff at some point or another. Although to be fair, the wheelchair, the grey boot thing, and the crutch, and one of the crutches was really from when I broke my leg a couple of years ago, and then the other crutch and boot from when I sprained my ankle. And Derek's up there on top of the cat tree, napping away. He has no idea what's coming. He's not going to be a happy bunny. Are you ready? Alright, I better go have some breakfast and finish up a few things. I'll check back in with you guys a bit later. So the movers are here now. The last time we had movers, Derek did this. He hides behind the curtains. He really doesn't like it when they're here. Hey buddy, it's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you. It's okay, buddy. Oh, I'm sorry. I know you don't like it. alright. I'll put you back. You can go hide in your hidey hole. Yeah. So whenever the movers are here, this happened last time as well. If I can't find Derek, he's usually behind a curtain somewhere. Poor guy. And Hugo is hiding under our bed, which is his preferred hiding location. Our room is a tip, so apologies for that. Yeah, just showed the movers around and showed them what to pack and stuff. They're going to do mostly downstairs today, I think. I don't think they're going to get to upstairs. But then they'll be back on Saturday to finish things up. I'm just going to hide myself away in here. Had a busy hour when I first got up, when I first recorded. Just washing dishes, so it'll be clean, taking rubbish out, making sure boxes were in the right rooms for, like, you know, TV and my sewing machine and stuff like that. And yeah, bringing the cat food upstairs, make sure the boys are in our bedroom and stuff like that. Managed to convince Derek to come out from behind the curtain. He's not convinced. He can hear the movers downstairs and he seems a bit wary. Hey, buddy. It's okay. Nope. So nope. I brought out one of his favourite boxes in the hope that I might help him out a little bit. Hey. I'm gonna go hide behind the bed. Is that what you want? That's what he wants. He wants to go behind the bed. And he's off. He's a little lump. Alright, so the movers have gone for lunch. They've left for an hour to go have some food, which is fair enough. I've just come down to sort myself out with some food. Thought I'd check out what they've been up to. They've packed up most of the living room, so all our sofas and everything are boxed up over there. The only thing they haven't packed up yet, sorry if this makes anyone feel sick, I really hope it doesn't. They haven't done our bookcases here or this bookcase that we have here. And yeah, they've done basically the rest of the downstairs for the most part. It's a bit dark today. Perry was telling me there's a storm coming. And they started on the craft room. So you can see stuff is getting boxed up. Yeah, it's a bit sad. It's all, the desks are gone and sewing machines all boxed up and yeah, it's just weird seeing all of our stuff packed away. They've still got a bit to do downstairs, but they're definitely more than halfway done. The kitchen's mostly boxed up as well. Got a ton of boxes behind me. We've got some appliances and things which we're actually selling to one of our neighbours, so we don't need to pack that. But yeah, all our cupboards are empty. They've done the kitchen for the most. There are a few things, disposable plates and stuff that we've got that we're keeping back to obviously use over the next few days. But yeah, otherwise the rest is all gone. So yeah, so that's the update so far. It's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Perry's back. He got back from selling, he sold the car, thankfully. It's all done. I really didn't want to have to leave here without selling the car, to be honest, because that would be a problem. But I sold the car, no problem. Well, there were a few issues, but thankfully nothing that wasn't resolvable. It just took him a few hours. So he left the house, that's terrible lighting that way. He left the house at 6:30 this morning and he got back just after 11. So it took him almost 5 hours to sell the car. That's how long it took. Honestly, it's really complicated. I don't know what the system's like in the US for buying and selling cars, but in the UK you literally just sign a piece of paper and you send it off and it's all done like remotely. You don't have to go anywhere and do anything in person. But yeah, anyway,
that's done now, so he's able to relax, and so am I a little bit more now. I'm starting to get a little bit more relaxed and starting to enjoy the idea of moving a bit more, which is nice. Right, so I'm sat on the bed at the moment. This bump is just getting in the way all the time right now. It's just making everything so uncomfortable. But working on another pair of socks. I started these this morning and just been working on these on and off. Just got the cuffs done, got them on 2 at a time. And the yarn, if anyone's interested, is Regia. It's one of their design lines with Kristen Nicholas. And this one is colour 3315. There you go. And it's just really fun, bright colours. When we were back in the UK, Perry's mum did a roast dinner one day, and his aunt came over and she kept commenting on everyone's hand knit socks, like Perry's entire family were wearing hand knit socks that I'd made them. And so I was just saying to Perry afterwards, I was like, okay, so I know who I'm making socks for next, because she really liked them. And I don't know, sometimes I find, I'm not sure whether or not people would necessarily appreciate them or look after them and stuff like that, but she made it very, very clear that she liked them. So I think that pair will be for her when they're done. And I did manage to get them pretty much matching. They're like half a row out, but these socks always tend to be like that anyway. But yeah, Perry's popped out. He has another doctor's appointment this afternoon, and the movers will be coming back from their lunch break soon. But thought I'd just do a little check-in. Yeah, being stuck in this bed is the only real place to sit is not the most comfortable thing. It's never been that comfortable for me to sit in bed because it's not generally the best position for my back, and even though I've sort of propped up with pillows and things like that, it's still not the most comfortable. And getting in and out of bed, that's or like on and off the bed, is a bit of a challenge as well. But we're okay for now. The boys have come out for a bit and sort of wandering around the room and curious as to why they can't leave. But I'm sure once the movers get back, they'll go into hiding again.
Who goes the first brave kitty to come and investigate the half-packed house? I've almost said apartment. Not an apartment. All the downstairs is packed, ready to go. The craft room is packed as well. Lighting in there is terrible, so I'm not gonna bother going in there now, but all that's left is the upstairs. He's not too happy about the lack of stuff.
Morning guys. So I didn't really finish off yesterday's or last night, but not really much else happened. We what was I saying? So the movers left, we ordered pizza, we had dinner, then our neighbour came round. He bought our dishwasher, microwave and a few other electronics that we can't take to the US because of the power conversion thingy majiggy. So he came round to pick those up. Our pet sitter came round to drop off the keys that she has for our place and say goodbye to the boys. It was just really nice to see how relaxed the boys are around her and stuff, because obviously we're not here usually when she comes by. And yeah, and then sort of towards the end of the night I was getting, I really wanted chocolate. We didn't really have much chocolate in the house, and I really wanted a Terry's chocolate orange, which if you're not familiar are one of these. These are amazing. They're very delicious and they only come out around Christmas time. So Perry very sweetly went out and grabbed grabbed a couple. You can see his one is back there. And then he bought a third as like backup for the flight. I think it's like on the dressing table there at the back. But so yeah, he was really sweet, went out and got Terry's chocolate orange for me. I had a bit of it last night, and I will admit I had a bit this morning. But he's just having a shower, and then we're gonna head out, have some breakfast, and yeah, come back. All our furniture downstairs packed up, so we don't really have anywhere to sit other than our bed at the moment, which is fine, make do. And yeah, the little nugget's been kicking like crazy this morning. I think I managed to catch a couple of the kicks on camera, so if I have, that'll be in the vlog at some point for you guys. And yeah, so I'm just, if I can find it, got my knitting, got a pair of socks. I started another shawl design last night as well. After quite a bit of maths, going back and forth on the idea, finally settled on something and got it started. So I'm really looking forward to that. I won't be showing that one, or at least I'm hoping I won't show that one, because the design is such that it actually lends itself quite well to be a broken down into sections. So I'm thinking about doing it as my first mystery knit along. It's a worsted / Aran weight shawl, that's all I will say. It's in a number of colours, so if you don't have yeah, so it's like it would be in 3 colours. So if that's something that seems that you'd be interested in doing, sort of like a mystery knit along for like an Aran weight shawl, Aran or worsted weight, it would work either way. Then let me know when this video goes up. Let me know in the comments and stuff on YouTube and in the Ravelry group if that's something you'd be interested in. I'm thinking maybe getting it going at the beginning of the year, like a New Year's sort of mystery knit along cast on thing. So yeah, let me know if you'd be interested in that. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to say, I've been getting loads and loads of questions from people asking if I'll be going to Vogue Knitting Live this year or in January, and the answer is fingers crossed. As long as everything goes okay, yes, I will be going. The only real reason I can see not to go is 1, if my back is so bad I can't walk, 2, the baby comes early, 3, I'm in labour, or 4, there is some reason why I'm not allowed to go medically, or you know, if I'm bedbound for whatever reason. Otherwise I don't think I'll go. It will be more a case of how long I'll end up staying. And I think Perry might come with me as well, just to sort of like help me out, carry stuff, and just be there as like additional support in case I need it. But we'll see. I'll know nearer the time. I mean, my plan is to be able to go, even if it's just for a couple of hours. So yeah, hopefully that answers that question. So we just finished up at breakfast, and we actually ended up going to somewhere new. There's a new restaurant that's open at the mall, or one of the malls near us. It's a small mall. Yeah, so we thought we'd go try it out, see what they have for breakfast. It's Middle Eastern sort of style cuisine, and they had a really good I keep cutting my head off. They had a really good sort of deal on the menu. Like their breakfast menu, there was only one option. It was like you pick 4 things from the menu, and you order, it's like a set price. So we ordered 4 things each, and then the guy asked if we wanted to move to a bigger table because we'd ordered so much food. And at that point Perry and I were just like, but there was no other option. Like we had a moment just thinking maybe we'd done something wrong, and realised that we probably could have shared one portion, like one order of 4 things rather than getting 4 things each. But we weren't sure of the portion sizes. We just assumed they would be quite small. But they were actually pretty decent. They weren't huge, but they were pretty decent. You'll have seen a couple of them in the clips before this. But yeah, we actually only ended up eating the first 2 things that came, and then got the second 2 things to take away and have later, because it was just too much and we were full. So yeah, so we just popped back to the house. Perry's dropping off the leftovers into the fridge, picking up a couple of things, and then we got to go back to the hospital for him to have another appointment for his ears. It's a bit of a headache, to be honest, but
and really bad timing, to be perfectly frank. But he's developed some issue with his ears that we're hoping to get resolved as soon as possible before we leave. So, which is why he's having daily appointments with the doctor, with an ENT, to try and resolve this as soon as possible. So he's having to go in every day. I mean, today is actually a Friday, it's the doctor's day off, but he's still coming in to see Perry to try and get this sorted, because like I said, we have to go to Saudi on Sunday, so day after tomorrow, to cancel our visas. But when we cancel our visas, our medical insurance gets cancelled as well, which is why Perry's having to go in like every day to see this doctor before our medical runs out. And then so yes, that's what we're doing, and I'm going with him because the medication they give him can make him quite drowsy, so he might not be able to drive back, which is why I'm going. And yeah, got my knitting and just waiting for Perry to get back now so we can head off to the hospital. Stopped to play with Tyson for a little bit, and as we were leaving, one of our newer neighbours, who we haven't really gotten a chance to know, they came out of their house and they've got a little Labrador puppy, and so we're actually quite glad that Tyson's going to have a little friend to play with, so we feel less bad that he's going to be on his own.
They were jumping over each other, so we know they're friendly. Yeah,
so that's good, and we know Tyson gets on with other dogs because we've seen him with other dogs before, but yeah, so that makes us feel a bit better.
Morning guys, so once again I didn't vlog at all yesterday afternoon. It was, what did we do? We got back from the hospital, Perry ended up having a bit of a nap, and so it wasn't really vlog worthy. Then I just got on with some knitting and watching some Gilmore Girls because the new revival episodes are out now, which was really fun to watch. I've gotten through the first 3 out of the 4, so I've got one more to watch today. And yeah, we just sort of hung out for the evening. Once Perry woke up, we just sort of hung out and had some food and just sort of didn't really do much else really, to be honest, which is why I didn't really pick up the camera again. But now, today, it is Saturday the 26th of November, and yeah, waiting for the movers to show up for day 2 of the move. And today they should be finishing up down here. I think they've only got a couple of little bits to do downstairs. I don't know if you can see, there's Hugo coming down behind me. And then they're doing upstairs. So, and they're taking everything today as well, so it should be interesting to see what the place looks like after it's empty and how the boys will react. I've mentioned before that Derek was not happy last time we moved when they took all the furniture, and yeah, he made it very well known that he was unhappy by being very, very loud. I'm pretty sure he found his voice at that point. He was never really a loud cat before. In the other news, I drew for the 10,000 subscriber winner last night, and I have the package here in an envelope. So, and the winner, I contacted them directly. I've talked about this before on the podcast that I was going to do that. So I'm just going to grab the package and stuff and address it and everything, and hopefully later today I'll be able to pop out to the post office and get that sent off. Right, so I just relocated the boys to the spare room so our room could be packed. Hugo is already curious and investigating, figuring out where everything is. Derek, on the other hand,
not happy. He is, or he was a moment ago. Is he back here still? There he is. Not happy. Okay, okay. I'll let you hide. Poor guy. Not happy about this. Ooh. Okay. It's a long morning so far. The movers are doing the upstairs. They've done all the other rooms except our bedroom now is the last room to be packed up. So just had a hell of a time trying to relocate the boys because they were hiding under our bed. Perry's gone out to the hospital. He had another appointment this morning and it's going to take a lot longer than we both anticipated, so he didn't get back in time to help with this, which is fine. Kind of thought this might happen, so I had to move all of the stuff that we're keeping and taking ourselves out of our bedroom, which thankfully most of it was already packed up into suitcases, so it was just rolling it out of the room. And then getting the boys out was a bit more challenging because they were hiding under the bed. Had to move the bed and the mattress just to get to them. Managed it in the end. So I've just got to make the bed now. We had a spare mattress under our spare bed, which we're not going to take with us. So I just need to get that covered with some stuff. I've got sheets and things in the corner that I need to... That's Hugo. The yowling is starting already. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Alright, so it's just gone past 1 o'clock and I thought I'd check back in with you guys with a bit of an update. The movers have gone for their lunch break and this is currently what my upstairs landing looks like. That's our bedroom back there and it's full of boxes. So yeah, loads and loads of boxes. Our bedroom is still, I think, almost finished packing in here, I believe, yeah. So I have our chest of drawers that needs to be packed, but otherwise everything else is packed. It's either in here or already out in the corridor on the landing. So that's that. They've gone for their lunch and then should finish up when they get back. So Derek finally came out from behind the curtain, but he is now taken up with Hugo hiding in the wardrobe. I'm gonna close that door, leave a little opening so they can come out if they want to, they can stay in there if they want to. They just like to have somewhere they can hide. Breaks my heart seeing them so upset and clearly not happy. But hopefully once the movers are gone and the furniture's gone, they'll be a little bit more relaxed. Although they're probably still not going to be happy, to be honest, let's face it. They don't like it when their things are gone. No one does. Slight glitch in our day. Perry just got back from the hospital, which is nice. But the movers, our containers just arrived, and I'm going to try and show it to you out the window. You see it? You can see the container over there? Yep. And the reason why it's not in front of the house is because maintenance have decided to dig up the road right in front of our garage. So even Perry couldn't pull into the garage with the car because they dug up the road. Didn't tell us, didn't bother informing us that they were going to do that, they just did. Perry left this morning, it was fine. Gets back this afternoon, road's dug up. And so they can't get the container in front of the house to be able to load it up easily. So he's just gone to have a word with them. It's really annoying because they don't tell us when they're going to do maintenance. Really not going to miss this. There's certain things about living in the Middle East that are just frustrating more than anything else. And especially in this compound, for some reason, when they decide to do sort of road maintenance that's going to affect our access to our home, they don't bother telling you, they just do it. Which is a bit annoying, because at least, you know, if they said they were going to do that, we could have been like, well, can you wait until tomorrow to do it because of this? But anyway, Perry's got to try and convince them to fill it back up so they can at least get the container in. Otherwise they're gonna have to carry everything through the garage and over this hole that they've dug up to put it into the container, which is just a pain. A really long distance. I mean, for most things they'll be fine, but for the bigger, heavier things it's not really going to be that practical. So we shall see. Right, so everything's finished. Perry and I are heading out for dinner and to cancel our internet. That needs to be done still. Otherwise, tomorrow morning we're off to Saudi and cancelling visas and stuff. And that's pretty much it, really. I think I'll probably end this vlog here and then start another one from tomorrow, just because otherwise it's going to be really long. Ooh. And hopefully I'll have this first section up before we go. And so yeah, I will leave that there, and I guess I'll be back tomorrow. Sorry about the bumps.